Everybody, it's Lauren. How are you? I'm so glad that everybody is with us today to read Lauren's Kingdom, but to talk about some of the things that are going on in the world today and making sure that everybody is safe. We're going to get started in about 5 minutes. So hopefully you're going to have lunch with us, get a sandwich, maybe some peanut butter and jelly, some sun butter, snack, whatever you want, and we can sit and spend some time. And so this is my first time doing Facebook Live. So I'm going to be doing all the fun things. So usually Claire is here with me, but she's watching from Washington, D.C. And so I'm manning all of the controls. So if please be patient with me. But we're really excited to have this opportunity to spend time with each other. It's been a little bit of a strange time for everybody. So we're really looking forward to getting to talk to our friends and reading Lauren's Kingdom and talking about things that we can do at home to stay safe and take care of one another. So we have about 4 minutes. And so I haven't had this much quiet time in my house in a while. So I'm going to sit and have my coffee, say hi to everybody. Hi, Cousin Judy. Everybody here who's watching should give her a big round of applause. She's out there every day in the front lines, out there working. So we stay home so you can keep everybody safe. Thank you, Judy, for being here and watching with us today. Oh, and on this little dashboard, I can see all kinds of fun things, like who's talking. And so hopefully I don't mess this up too bad. So while everyone is coming, I'm going to go turn on the lights and we'll get started. All right. So as we're getting started, let's see if I hope I don't mess this up too bad. There we go. Now I can see what you guys see. Perfect. Well, before we get started with the reading, I know that we have, normally in April, we have a lot of things going on. And so we've had to digitize and change what we're doing. So we're gonna be doing a lot of different things over Facebook Live and some of the different platforms that exist. We're gonna talk through how to keep kids safe at home when maybe they don't necessarily feel safe, and how to get everyone's needs met. Hi, Holly, good morning. And one of the things that we're going to be going over is the Family Safety Guide and the Parents Pack, which is a blueprint to safety. That's not going to be today, but this is a really, really great kit that is available to you to use and utilize with all kinds of activities from the curriculum. But while I'm waiting for noon to come, I just want to show you that it's a really, really cool resource. It has kid materials, parent materials, ways to start conversations, everything that you need that the curriculum utilizes. And it's right here in this pack that you can access at any given time. And we're working to make sure that we have some other supplemental resources that you can do since we have a lot of time at home. We're working with the Department of, oh, look, Claire is calling. I must be doing something wrong. Oh, not see, maybe she's watching. I don't know. Should I FaceTime her, everybody? She's telling me that I have to start, but I'm so on my game, everybody. We're so on the game. Were you calling me to tell me to get started? Yes, already. We are. She says I can start reading in 2 minutes. Even from Washington, D.C., she's bossing me around. All right, we'll see you in a few. Bye. Bye. I told you she was going to call me and tell me that I wasn't doing the right thing. She's always making sure I'm doing the right things. So, everybody, I am so excited. And I know that this is such a difficult time and it's a scary time, but I'm really glad that we're going to have an opportunity to get to spend time together and talk about keeping each other safe. So, with that in mind, one of the things that we thought would be fun to do is do a little bit of a book reading of Lauren's Kingdom, which is a book that we wrote quite some time ago, but also how we can apply some of the things that Lauren goes through in her story to today. So with that in mind, let's get started. This is Lauren's Kingdom. It was written with love by Lauren Book and illustrated by Marco Barreto, who is an incredible artist that we love dearly and is extremely, extremely talented. So hopefully he's tuning in to see what's going on. So let's get going. This book is dedicated to children all over the world so that they may know that it's always okay to tell. By the way, we have Eddie with us, and we are excited to get reading. All right. And I'll show you some fun things that people don't normally know when they're reading the book. So, in a sunny city where palm trees sway in rhythm to the salty breeze of the mighty ocean, lived a young girl named Lauren. Lauren's beautiful blonde hair sparkled in the sun's bright blaze like a bouquet of dazzling yellow daffodils. Her cheery smile was so radiant that it warmed the hearts of everyone she met. Lauren was very happy. So there you can see there's Buddy there with Lauren running around and having a really great time. Lauren lived in a sweet little stone house with her family, but sometimes she would pretend her house was a giant castle that overlooked the clear blue waters of the open sea. She would look out upon the sea and imagine she was a princess riding on the back of a friendly dolphin as the ocean's mist tickled her face. Now, note to parents, there's a lot of different vocabulary words that we included in this book. So now that we're doing at-home education, we could talk about some of those special words. One of the ones that I love is radiant. And we can pick some of those out as we go and give some new vocabulary words to our friends. Radiant is beautiful and bright. And so keep that in mind as you're reading. Inside the little stone house, Lauren would pretend her bedroom was her own private palace. The walls of her room were painted pink and peach with unicorn wallpaper. True. Beneath the spotlight of the bright blue moon and its twinkling sister stars, Lauren would stand on her balcony as the midnight wind would blow through her golden hair. She would pretend this was her kingdom. Lauren lived in the little stone house with her family. Her dad was a wise and caring man who worked traveling here, there, and everywhere to help pass laws to make the world a better place. Sometimes Lauren would pretend her dad was the royal king in her make-believe kingdom. She would pretend her mom was the beautiful queen of the castle. She and her sister were princesses, and her baby brother was the prince. Lauren loved to pretend with her brother and sister. They would play hide and seek in the house, Marco Polo in the pool, and a crazy game of kickball every Sunday afternoon. It looks like everyone's really happy, doesn't it? Everyone's having fun and playing games. At the end of the school year, Lauren's dad and mom gathered the children and announced that they had hired a babysitter who would help watch the children during the summertime when school was out. The babysitter was very, very nice to the children. She made them tasty dinners like chicken tenders and baby corn, and angel food cake with chocolate icing for dessert. She washed their clothes, played games with them, made them laugh. They were all so happy. Lauren liked the new babysitter. So one of the things that I like to point out is, what do we see in some of these pictures that could give us a clue that something might be a little bit different? And oh, I'm going to turn my book one way or the other. The cat doesn't look quite right, doesn't it? That cat looks like something is not quite right. Also, the pictures on the wall seem a little funny. Still, the cat looks unhappy. Maybe they know something we don't. Let's keep reading to find out. One night, the babysitter entered Lauren's private palace bedroom and sat beside her on the bed. The babysitter told Lauren how beautiful her smile was, and she touched Lauren's lips with her fingers. This made Lauren feel very uncomfortable and unsafe. The babysitter told Lauren how beautiful her hair was and then touched Lauren's long hair with her fingers. Lauren did not feel right about the way the babysitter had touched her lips and her hair. Her tummy felt really sick inside. Every day, it seemed the babysitter was always touching Lauren where she shouldn't be touched. Lauren could not brush her hair or even her teeth without the babysitter beside her. Lauren wanted to tell someone about the way that she was feeling and the way that the babysitter had touched her, but she was scared of the bigger and stronger babysitter, and she couldn't find the words to tell. Now, how do you think Lauren was feeling about all of this? Maybe, oh, I'm seeing all of these comments. I'm sorry, guys. Yes, Lauren was feeling nervous. Not quite right. And everybody, when we know and we feel something is scary, icky, or not quite right, we go to a grown-up buddy. And a grown-up buddy can be anybody in your life that helps you to stay safe, whether that is your mom or your dad or your grandpa or your grandma or your aunt or your uncle. The person has to be old enough to drive a car. And we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. But anytime that you feel anything, it's important to talk to a grown-up buddy. Now, I would say these are some strange, different time, right? We're not in school like we used to be. We are always at home. We're doing schoolwork on the computer. The schedule is off. Mom and dad are working from home. Things aren't the same. And it's okay to feel a little confused or not quite sure about what's going on. And it's okay to talk to mom and dad about those things. Those are feelings. And no matter what you're feeling, it's always okay to talk to a grown-up buddy. And if you're in a situation where you feel not quite right, icky, and someone is asking you to keep a touching secret, like the babysitter was asking Lauren to keep, you always tell a grown-up buddy until you get the 2 H's, and that is heard and help. And so those are really important things that Lauren could do to try to stay safe. Let's see if she did that. Lauren started staying away from her family. She did not pretend her pretty pink bedroom was a private palace. It felt more like a dark dungeon of fear, and the babysitter was the terrible green ogre holding her like a prisoner inside its walls. How terrible that Lauren must have been feeling that way. It's so important that before things get totally out of control, to talk to somebody who can help you stay safe. Lauren's once bright smile had faded away. No longer did she light up the faces of others when she would meet them on the street. Lauren did not take care of her beautiful blonde hair anymore. It no longer looked like a bouquet of dazzling yellow daffodils. Sometimes she didn't even wash or comb her hair. Lauren even stopped eating her favorite foods, like chicken tenders and angel food cake with chocolate icing. Lauren's heart was turning to stone, and she was losing her light. How do you think that Lauren could get her brightness back and feel safe? What do you think she could do? I hear you from your home. You're right. She could go tell a grown-up buddy about the way that she's feeling, that something is not quite right and she doesn't feel good about it. She doesn't feel safe. Let's see if she does that. One day, Lauren watched through the front window of her little stone house as her dad was climbing into the front seat of his car. She wanted to tell him what the bad babysitter was doing to her, but she felt so alone and so scared. Then she heard an inner voice, her guiding voice, speaking from her heart. If you're choking back tears and your heart is full of fears, you know very well that it's okay to tell. That's right, Tasha. You tell a grown-up buddy. Suddenly, Lauren found her courage and bolted through the front door, just as her dad's car was pulling away from the curb. She ran outside the front door to him, but she was too late. Her dad's car was already down the street. Lauren ran down the street after him, but he did not see her. How do you think that made Lauren feel? Terribly discouraged and sad. So sad. Maybe she wouldn't even want to go tell anybody else because she already tried. Oh, wow. Hello from Bangladesh. That's pretty cool. We're glad to have you here. Lauren turned to make her way back home when she noticed a group of young kids playing basketball on the outside courts. She watched as a boy her age made one basket after another. "Good shot, Rodney," yelled another player. Wow, that's something that Lauren noticed. Maybe Rodney is somebody that she'll get to spend some time with. Let's see what happened. After the game was over, Lauren watched a man grab Rodney by the arm and hurl him to the ground. The man yelled at Rodney, then walked away. Lauren ran to Rodney, who laid on the ground with huge tears rolling down his face. "Are you okay?" Lauren asked. "My uncle hates me," Rodney said sadly as he wiped his nose. "Why don't you tell someone about the way that he treats you?" asked Lauren. "Because he says he'll hurt my mom if I ever tell what he does to me. I have no one to help me," the young boy sniffled. "You do now," replied Lauren. So Lauren is going to make sure that Rodney stays safe too. Isn't it sometimes interesting that we know that something is not quite right when we see it happening to somebody else and we want to help them? It's important that we help ourselves. Hello, Kelly Millette. We are so happy to have you. Hi, Becky. We're so glad to have you too. Let's see what Lauren and Rodney do together to stay safe. Every day, Lauren would leave her little stone house to meet with her new friend, Rodney. For the first time in months, Lauren's smile finally started to return. She began washing and combing her long blonde hair again. Lauren would shoot hoops with Rodney. They would laugh and talk. She even found the courage to tell Rodney about her deepest, darkest secret, the mean green ogre babysitter. He understood her pain. Lauren made a promise to Rodney that she would tell her mom and dad about the babysitter touching her if Rodney would tell his mom about his uncle hitting and kicking him. She told him, "If you're choking back tears and your heart is full of fears, you know very well that it's okay to tell." You're right. Hello, Nicole Torres. Welcome. Rodney agreed, and the two friends shook hands to seal the deal. So there we go. Rodney and Lauren together are going to find the courage to go talk to their grown-up buddies about the things that are happening to them that make them feel unsafe. Now let's see what happens. As happy as it made the two new friends, Lauren's babysitter did not like the idea of Lauren and Rodney confiding in one another. Not one bit. So she locked Lauren inside her room to keep her from talking to Rodney ever again. Big tears rolled from Lauren's eyes as she sat inside her dark dungeon. She curled into a ball on her bed, closed her damp eyes, and fell asleep. Lauren dreamt that she was on the back of the friendly dolphin, jumping through waves and speeding through the blue-green waters of the vast ocean. As they darted through the waters, a black cloud suddenly covered them from above. Lauren turned to find the green ogre babysitter following them on a giant barracuda. You can tell we're from Florida. We talk about barracudas in ocean life. She called out from the back of the dolphin as the waves crashed upon her tiny body. Help me! Help me! Save me from the green ogre! From out of the sky, a unicorn with magnificent, fiery wings sailed past Lauren and the racing dolphin. Upon the winged stallion sat her best friend, Rodney. I'm here for you, my friend, he yelled. Lauren's eyes beamed as Rodney reached down and scooped Lauren up from the back of the dolphin, hoisting her upon the back of the magical one-horned steed. Lauren smiled as she held on to her brave friend as the unicorn flew through the snow-white clouds. When she awoke, Lauren was filled with hope and courage. She knew that the time had come to be brave and share her unsafe secret. There's a difference between a safe secret and an unsafe secret. So she rushed into her parents' bedroom. With tears in her eyes, Lauren took a deep breath and told her parents about the mean, green ogre babysitter and all of the terrible things that she did. Her father held his precious daughter in his arms. He looked into her eyes as tears raced down his face. The mean green ogre babysitter will never touch you again. I promise you, my sweet angel face. Later that night, the mean green ogre babysitter was taken away from Lauren's kingdom, never to be seen again. Lauren was finally free to laugh and play. The next day, Lauren looked out from her balcony to the basketball courts below and saw Rodney holding his mom's hand. Rodney waved up to his friend Lauren. We did it, Lauren. We shared our unsafe secrets. Even though we were scared, it was okay to tell. With a smile that would outshine the brightest star, Lauren waved back to him. Yes, we did. Thank you, Rodney. Lauren and Rodney together learned a great lesson through their friendship, that it is always okay to tell a trusted adult or grown-up buddy if you're feeling sad, afraid, or icky. Lauren's kingdom was a safe place now, full of love and kindness and driven by one golden rule. I want all of you to say it with me. I need to hear you in plantation. If you're choking back tears and your heart is filled with fears, you know very well that it's okay to tell. You're right. Always okay to tell when you're feeling unsafe, icky, or not quite right, or sad or confused. No matter what the feelings are, it's always okay to talk about your feelings, especially with a grown-up buddy who's there to help you. Now, there's an activity in this book, and you can do this activity. I even have some construction paper right here, just regular plain construction paper. So take a crayon, any color. I ask you to do this activity today. Stop what you're doing. Grab some paper, a crayon. Who has it? Are you ready? Ready? Now, I want you to draw, ooh, it's not the best, a triangle. Triangle with three sides. Three, right? See there? Now, this is called your trusted triangle. Look at that. And parents, you're teaching math skills. So this is your trusted triangle. And in this trusted triangle, hi, Stacy, you can talk about those three grown-up buddies that you can talk to about anything. A fight with a friend, a bad dream, a touch that makes you feel not quite right, or whether you're feeling scared or concerned about what's going on. Maybe you don't like learning from home. Maybe you want to go back to the way things used to be when you could see your best friend at school and you're sad about that. That's okay. You can talk to your grown-up buddy about that. No problem at all. So everybody's grown-up buddy is going to be different that they want to put in their trusted triangle. Maybe your mom or your dad, or your grandpa, or your grandma, or an aunt, or an uncle. The key is that the person needs to be old enough to drive a car. It's very important. Just in case, from a safety perspective, you can go to get help anytime you might need it. So, in my trusted triangle, I have Claire. I told you from the beginning, always making sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. So, my trusted triangle, there's Claire. Hi, Erin Pace. How are you? So we got Claire in my trusted triangle. Then I have I got it. I'm giving him more hair. Then I have my dad. And I can talk to him about anything, no matter what the problem is, no matter how big that it seems. It's okay. You can talk to them about, oh, I didn't know he was there watching. I wouldn't have said anything nice about you if I knew. Then I know I also have a great friend here. She's here. And I always say that if I was a kid again, I wish that my counselor was anything like Tasha and Lindsay. So I'm gonna put Tasha in my trusted triangle. So now, these are the 3 people, but guess what? I have a lot of people that I can talk to. I can talk to any number of people in my life that I could talk to about problems that I'm having. And it's okay to have more than 3 people, but we have to have 3. So you can talk to them about anything, no matter what it is. And then, mom and dad, this is a very important document that should be put in a place of promise. That means in a very, very special place in your home. And by the way, everybody, the people in your trusted triangle don't need to live in your house necessarily, but you have to have a way to contact them because their job is to help you when you need help, right? And so it's very important that we can call them on the phone, or there's somebody that you see, your teacher, right? Those are important things. So make sure that there's somebody that you can contact. And go over that mom and dad. So we're gonna put this in a very special place. Now, in my house, I'm gonna show you, since we're all here in my house, I'm gonna show you our special place of prominence. We have our little things right here, see? And Kennedy and Hudson are a little bit little for their trusted triangle, but we talk about grown-up buddies. Go in a place like that is special, that everybody can see. So just in case you forget that there are people in your life that you need to talk to, it's there and you can reference it. And mom and dad, maybe we could put phone numbers on that so that we can call them just in case, because sometimes we don't remember what a phone number is, right? Those are important things. And more important than anybody else, that people who come into your house know that your kids are safety smart and that they know when they feel not quite right, that they have somebody that they can turn to. That's an important thing too. And so I think that we have had a lot of fun. But I also want to say that this is a different time, and kids are normally in school. And I've been thinking a lot about the fact that when I was young, a safe place for me was school, right? Because look at the things that were going on in my house. They made me feel unsafe. And I didn't think I had anywhere to go. And so this can be a hard time too. So it's really important that everybody know that they can talk to somebody. Maybe it's not mom and dad. Maybe it's somebody outside of your house. You can call them. You can reach out to them. We have a place online that you can reach out to too. Because no matter what, if you're scared, alone, and you're feeling some sort of way that doesn't feel safe, somebody is there to help you. Someone. Because you are loved and you are special. And we all want to make sure that you feel that way. And so Buddy and I are very, very excited to spend this next month with you talking about different ways that we can stay safe, different activities that we can do, but also just staying well and having fun. Because sometimes when scary things happen that we don't know, it's hard to kind of process those things. So we're really, really excited to have that opportunity. So you're going to get to meet some friends in the Lawrence Kids universe in the coming weeks and days that are really special to us and help us inform how and why we do things, whether it's a teacher that we work with or somebody in law enforcement. Now that we're at home and we're using our digital devices more than usual, we're going to have somebody talk about how we can stay safe on the digital world. That's an important thing for us to keep in mind, right? Because while we're at home and it seems like we're in a safe space or in a place that we know, the internet is so big, and so we have to make sure that we're navigating the internet in a safe way. And again, for parents and kids, we're going to have some great activities here to come and talk through and work through so that we can ensure that no matter what we do, we can always identify those grown-up buddies, that we can identify a safe feeling from an unsafe feeling or situation, and how to access help. One of the other things I think that is really important during this time is one of my favorite things in the whole curriculum, and that's plan, having a plan. And while plan in the curriculum, as we've talked about it before, is how we stay safe by letting grown-up buddies know where we are at any given time with permission, location, permission, location, and then names and numbers, right? Ask. Yeah, we gotta, Claire, write down what is the A in plan. I can't believe I've forgotten that. Well, anyway, there's plan, and that is how we make sure, you can tell that it's, we're not necessarily in the same frame of mind as we always are. But that plan is really important now, and we're gonna give you a different acronym. It's the activity, right? I forgot. You're right, Aaron, Claire, thanks for the assist. Permission, location, what you're going to be doing, the activity. Thank you, Danielle. And then names and numbers of who you're going to be with. We're going to come up with different acronyms for us to stay safe. And how are we feeling at any given time? And what's the plan for the day? And what are we doing? Because sometimes when we're used to things happening in some kind of things feel so out of control. Oh my God, everyone's telling me, sorry, you're right. I know. Thank you. It's good to have an outline of what's going on, so you feel a little bit more in control when the world sometimes feels very, very out of control. And so there's some things that we're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks, and we're really excited to be able to do it with you. And we want to thank you for spending this time with us, for allowing us to engage. They always save the day to engage, but also I think that the thing that's really, really hard now is that we don't get to be around the people that we normally get to spend time with, right? Because we have to be in our own space and stay safe and have our social distance. And so it's hard sometimes when we can't be around the people that we normally love being around. And that is hard, and that's not fun. And so we're hoping that this can be a safe and fun place where we can come and have some fun together and talk about the things that make us feel a little unsafe, but also just to be a bright spot, to have some social connection. It's fun to get to see you guys here on the computer, and I miss you guys, and I'm sad because I miss all of you guys, and I miss and I know that Kennedy and Hudson misses their grandpa and Bogo and Grandpa Jerry. They don't get to see the people that they normally see, and I see that they're sad, and that's hard, and it's not fun. And right now, those things can't change. But we process those feelings, and we can feel them, validate them, and then let's shift into something that we can do. And so one of the things that we've started to do is writing notes and using the mail, which we don't normally do, but we get to draw a card every day and send it in the mail. Those are the kind of things that we're talking about, how we can get through this time together in a safety-minded kind of way. And so I love all of you. I miss you. And yes, we are recording these videos and they will be posted. Claire, who is the guru of all things technology, says that they're going to be online and you can share them. And we're going to have all kinds of stuff. And I just want to thank you guys and tell you how much we love you, how much we miss you. And I can't tell you that the house has not been this quiet in weeks and weeks and weeks. So also, thanks to Dad who took the kids out for a walk. We miss you, we love you, and we will see you soon. And we will get through this together. It seems it's big and it seems like it's scary, but we're going to do it together. We love you, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.